Hey there, Scorpio, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot. This is going to be a mid-month reading for October 14th through the 31st. And we're going to take a look at your past, present, and future energies. Also, Scorpio, your reading was supposed to be up yesterday, but your girl was having a bit of a crisis. I know you guys are probably going to laugh at me, but I feel a little embarrassed even sharing this. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I love my nails. I love nice, long nails. And I travel. I travel full time. I get to travel. I go to all these beautiful places around the world. And one of the things that comes with that is experiencing new nail salons. And unfortunately, yesterday I had a not so great experience where I came in with a design and for some reason the guy just cut it real short. So my nails are super short. This camera is not capturing all the horrendous details happening here, but trust me, it's bad. So hence why your video was a day late, because yesterday my energy was just so messed up. I could not bring myself to do a reading. I was like, this is going to just be doom and gloom if I do this reading. So sorry that it's late. But yeah, you guys are going to be seeing me with short nails for a while. And I know the majority of you are probably like, who gives a flying F? I give a flying F. Me, I do. Me. Anyways, Scorpio, let's chat. The main energy for your reading, I'm going to say this month, but it's for mid-month, October 14th through the 31st, is the Star. There is healing happening here for you, and there's also a deep desire aligning with your higher self, and we're going to see exactly what this is. In the recent past, you get the Temperance, the Strength, and the Wheel of Fortune. All major arcana cards, Scorpio, which is letting me know that in the recent past, your higher self was kicking into gear here. It was telling you to be patient. Despite the difficulties, be patient because things will shift in a positive direction. Things will move in the direction that you want them to. But patience is key here. And I feel like you listened to it. You listened. It was difficult, but you listened. In the current situation, you get the 8 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. There's love here. There is love. You love your person. You know they love you the exact same amount. But there's a bit of an emotional disconnect between you and them. Maybe you guys are not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you're not speaking the same love language. I don't know what it is, what's happening in the current situation. But you're showing me like, my emotional detachment, my emotional disconnect doesn't come from a place of me not knowing how my person feels. I know how they feel because I feel what they feel. Like we care about each other the exact same amount, but maybe right now it's just time for me to kind of focus on myself and do my own thing. And that's fine. In the near future, you get the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the King of Pentacles. This is a strong bond that you and this person share, and the love is definitely there. But you're a little bit guarded here, Scorpio. Now, I don't know if your person's the one that's this difficult energy or if this is you. We're going to clarify and see in a minute. But there's a little bit of guarded energy here showing up for you in the near future. So let's clarify. And then, of course, Scorpio, as always, if you enjoy what I do and want to say thank you or would like to donate to my emotional nail crisis fund, donation link is below, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. All right. Let's dive in. Let's take a look at the Star in main energy for this reading. Star is clarified by the Moon, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. There's a little bit of an energy here this month, or for this reading, where you're kind of burying your head in the sand a bit. Something is arising within you, right? Where your intuition's kind of like, hey, Scorpio, maybe notice this, maybe take notice of that, right? Like this emotional disconnect's not coming from nowhere. And you're kind of like, no, this is fine. This is fun. You know, there's love. I'm offering my person love. They're giving me love. You know, there's a lot of playful energy here. On the surface, you're showing me everything's great, everything's good. But there is something that you're burying your head in the sand about here. And I don't exactly know what it is. We're going to see more once we clarify. But if somebody doesn't know you, they look at you and they're like, Scorpio's great. Their relationship's great. Everything's great. And it is, like most of it is. But there's something here which you're kind of not really wanting to look at. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Temperance in the recent past for you. Temperance is clarified by the 2 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the Lovers. You're waiting to get back to this place of love with your person. Not just I love you, you love me here in the 3D world, but actual deep emotional love. Because you're showing me the Two of Cups, which is my card for love here in the 3D world, but you're also showing me the Lovers, which is my card for love in like a higher self form. You're waiting for that point where this relationship kind of gets back on track in the recent past. I do see that there may have been a bit of a lull, a bit of like the energy's kind of dying down a bit. But your higher self is telling you, just be patient. Like, you'll get back there. You guys will get, both you and your person will get back to this place of that true, deep emotional love that you feel. Let's take a look at the Strength card in the recent past. Strength is clarified by the Empress, the Hermit, and the King of Swords. It's difficult for you because deep down, you know what this person means to you. You know the significance that they hold. You know that you're looking at them as like, that's my person. That is the person for me. They, at some point, have been the best thing since sliced bread. But something crumbled. Something stopped working at some point in the recent past. And you're trying to rack your brain here, being logical or looking at this rationally, to try to figure out like what happened, where did it go wrong, like where did things kind of stop working a little bit, where did the difficult part start. You're a little bit confused here because you're like, well, everything was great, and then now we're somehow here. How are we here? How did we get here in the recent past? Let's take a look at the Wheel of Fortune for you in the recent past. Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Yeah, you're showing me, I know the energies will change. I know they'll shift. I know we'll be able to get back on track. And because this is a soul connection, this is a divine connection, right? Despite the hardships, despite the difficulties, this is a divine connection. This is a soul connection that I share with my person. And I'm not letting go of this. Like, I know that we can make it. I know we can get back on track. I know we can get back to that stable, grounded, beautiful connection that we have. It's just a matter of time, right? Nothing's ever perfect. Relationships go through up and down. You have this like internal belief, almost this like internal compass in the recent past, which is letting you know we'll get back on track. Have no fear. This will pick back up again. Let's take a look at the current situation, see what this Eight of Cups is all about for you in the current situation. Eight of Cups is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Temperance. You got the Temperance in the same row in the recent past. You're waiting here. You're waiting. Again, just like the recent past, you know that you guys will be able to get back on track, that this relationship will pick back up again, that you will successfully be able to overcome this difficult period, this disconnect, this detachment, whatever you want to call it, right? And you're showing me, I'm waiting. I'm waiting until we get to that point. But in the meantime, because it is taking a little while, you're like, okay, I can't keep investing and pouring all my emotional energy into this because I'm starting to get a little bit drained of giving and giving and giving and not really getting 100% return. Yes, I know that's going to shift. Yes, I know I'm going to get back to this good place. But right now, we're not in the best place. And I can't keep pouring from my cup because I end up draining myself. I end up emptying my own emotional cup. And so you're showing me while I'm waiting, I'm still giving to this connection, right? But I'm going to start giving a little bit less, emotionally, I mean, so that I'm not completely emptying my cup into this person, right? And then, you know, who knows how long it's going to take until we get back on track. Let's take a look at the Queen of Cups in the current situation for you. Queen of Cups is clarified by the Emperor, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups. You just got the Eight of Cups in the current situation. Despite the love that you have for this person, and again, you love them, they love you. It's not a question of how much love there is here. Deep down, your higher self is kind of trying to tell you to get control, to not get control, but regain control over yourself. You are a water sign and you give and you give and you give and you give. And it seems like in the current situation, you've given so much to the point where you have nothing left to give, right? You're showing me like my emotional cup is this close to being empty. Like I'm about to be drained. And so even though I love my person, even though they love me, it's like your higher self is kicking in the current situation and being like, Scorpio, we got to close the pipes. You got to fill your cup again because you're giving. And yes, you're giving from a place of love. and it's being received obviously by the other person, but you're draining yourself. And so it seems like you need to kind of prioritize yourself a bit in the current situation in order to refill your emotional cup. And I do feel like you're listening because you're showing up with the Nine of Pentacles. So let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles in the current situation. Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. It's difficult for you. It is difficult for you to start reprioritizing yourself and to stop giving, right? Because you're showing me, I don't want this connection to end. I don't want to have like my person experience any emotional pain. And you fear that if you stop giving, then, you know, your person might get hurt, you might get hurt, there might be some heartbreak here. It's almost like a little bit of like, if I don't keep giving, what if they stop loving me? But you're putting back on the giving and focusing more on yourself. I see it being difficult for you. I see it being confusing for you. I see it being a little bit, oh no, what if this is the wrong move? But you're still doing it because your higher self really kind of took over in the current situation. And it's like, hey, you're draining yourself emotionally, literally. Let's take a look at the near future. I want to see what the Seven of Wands is for you in the near future. Seven of Wands is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Magician, and the Ace of Wands. There's a little bit of an energy here of you being unhappy. The reason you're unhappy is because you're like, well, I gave a ton emotionally. That didn't work. You know, and again, I don't feel like you're separated. Like, I don't feel like there's a complete break or disconnect between you and your person. It's just something's not sitting right. Something's kind of like the energy's kind of iffy. And you're showing me like I gave and that didn't work. And in the current situation, I kind of pulled back, but that's really difficult for me. When can we get back on track? When can I have the spark come back into our connection? When is this connection going to pick back up again and be fiery and magnificent and amazing the way I know it is? And that's what you're manifesting here in the near future. And I do see you kind of not losing hope, but trying to be cautiously optimistic about like, okay, I tried. How much longer is this going to take for us to get back on track here? Let's take a look at the Four of Wands in the near future. Four of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. And right as you just kind of are starting to, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? It happens. There's an equal give and take energy coming back here for you and your person in the near future. I see a lot of emotional fulfillment and emotional stability. And beyond that, I see this connection, this bond really solidifying. You get the Four of Wands twice. The Four of Wands is strong, deep, emotional connection. And so it's beautiful. I really do like the shift in the near future. And I also like the fact that you haven't given up hope. You didn't kind of, you know, throw your hands up in frustration and be like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like, how much more do I have to give? I like that. Let's take a look at the King of Pentacles in the near future. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Star, which is the main energy for this reading, the Nine of Wands, and the Fool. Somebody here, and I don't know if it's you or your person, they are a little bit strong-headed. They are a little bit intense. They are a little bit set in their ways, but this comes from a place of being guarded, okay? They want this new leaf. They want this new beginning just as much as you do, okay? So if you are dealing with somebody that's a little bit guarded, has their wall up, they're not as easy to deal with, don't let that deter you. Don't let that kind of make you lose hope because you're both working towards the same goal. It's just one of you has more walls than the other person. Let's take a look at what the universe would like you to keep in mind for this reading, Scorpio. From the universe, you get the Queen of Wands, the Judgment, and the King of Wands. You and your person are a divine match, and you know this. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of attraction between you two. You're both very, very fiery, which is great, but it can also blow up quite easily, right? Fire with fire makes a nice, beautiful bonfire, but fire with fire can also burn the house down. So just something to be aware of when you and your person come together. First of all, you are a divine match, but also realize everything that comes along with being a divine match in the fire element, even though you're not a fire sign. So Scorpio, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below in the description box, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio, and I'll see you here on the next one.